Hello everyone. Today we will be studying the fifth lecture of the first unit, that is the highway cross sectional elements. So there are two lectures on highway cross sectional elements. That is, first will be on the terminologies and the definitions that are being used and the terminologies that are being used in the highway cross sections. And second lecture, in that we will be studying the different types of cross sections of the roads. That is for the as per your road classifications, that is village road, your major district roads, minor district roads, road with median, without median. Okay, what are its dimensions, how it looks, what are the other elements that are being added into it. Okay, how these classifications are different from one another. These all things you will be studying in that lecture. In this lecture you will be studying only the terminologies of the roads cross section. Okay, so today we will be studying the elements of cross sectionals with its terminologies. We'll understand basic concepts, what are the various boundary lines, what are the various widths, okay, in the cross sections and terminologies. So this is are the uh, kind of representation or the land required for the construction of road. The total land required for the construction of road. Okay. So if you see, the first line is the control line. Okay. Now what is control line? You can see what is control line. This. Okay. This is your first control line. That is, all the developments activities are allowed beyond this country line. Means what? You know that in front of your house, that is your building, you leave some setbacks, right? So from the face of your wall of the building, okay, that line where you start a construction work, okay, that line is called control line. You're understanding what I'm saying? For example, okay, if you consider this is a building, okay, and this is your boundary line, this is what is a drainage, and here starts your road, right? I'll show with a different color. Okay, I will show the drainage here now. This is your drainage, this is your shoulder, this is your road, shoulder, and then again drain, right? So this is how your road looks. This is your road. This is your shoulder. What is shoulder will study in the further points. This is your drain, right? So the construction work will start from this point, right, till this point is called control line. What it is called? The construction work where your building is this, the property area is this. This is a property area. Okay, that is your property. You see, this is your start of the property line where you can do anything inside this. But the construction will start from where? From this point. So this line is called as control line. From where your construction of building starts actually in the property. So that line is called as construction line. Okay. Next comes the building line. Next comes the building line. Building line is nothing but this is your building line. So what it says, a building of certain kind is allowed in this region. Means what? So in this case, your some construction work is allowed in this area. Small construction work, that is compound wall, your gardening, okay, your garage, these things will come in this area. Okay, that the line where it starts, okay, it is called as building line. Okay, and from the point of your compound wall or a boundary wall till the other end of the building is called, that is a total area or total space width that is under the, that is for the road construction, is called right of way. Okay, that is called row in shortcut. It is what it is called, right of way. See, if the road, what is, if I give an example, okay, if this is a road constructed, okay, and this is what is a drain, everything included, but the area you have is this much with you, but you have constructed how much, this much only. Okay, so this much width you have, but you have constructed how much, this much. So this total width is called as right of way. Okay, what are you understanding? The total, that is total evacuation or acquisition of land that is done by the government. Okay, but it might not be used, the full width of the land might not be used for the construction of the road for now, for present purpose, but for future development purpose, that area has been kept. Okay, in uh, keeping the point in the view that in the future the size of the road and the demand on the road might increase, for that purpose the extra area is being taken now itself. Okay, why? Because every time we can't go on demolishing and try and acquisition of land every time. So for once and for all, the acquisition is done, okay, for a larger area, so that in the future if required that can be uh, utilized. So that width is called as right of way. Okay, okay, next comes, after the land acquired from the road purpose only, that is your right of way. It starts from the road land boundaries. Okay, it starts from here to here. This is your building line, this is a control line. So the remaining part is the line of way. Here there is a carriageway. So now what is carriageway? Carriageway is nothing but the area on which there is a movement of vehicles. The whole length of the width of the road is not used for the movement of vehicles, right? Some portion which is paved, which is uh, coated with the bitumen or concrete work is done for the movement of it vehicles, that portion of the road is called as carriageway. Okay, and the unpaved means the construction of bitumen work is not done, it is left and it is only made of soil, given a slope, that part on the both the sides is called as shoulders. Okay, where during the emergency conditions or the breakdown of the vehicles, you should not obstruct the road. Just vehicle stops, right? So you should not obstruct the road by making a vehicle park on the road. So whenever there is an emergency or whenever there is a breakdown of the vehicle, take the vehicle to the side on that shoulder, so that the movement of the traffic is not disturbed. You can see that unpaved surface of road is on the both the sides of the road. That area is called as shoulders. I will show in the next uh, right, next picture. So here you can see this is your right of way which has been taken by the government for the construction purpose, right? Okay, then you have area that is left, that is called margin. Okay, you can see here, right, it is margin, it is left off. Okay, and here is a carriageway which is paved, which is been used for movement of vehicles. Okay, and this side unpaved area, this unpaved area is called as shoulder. What it is called? It is called shoulder. One more thing I would like to tell you here is a median or a separator on a road, right? Right, opposite direction traffic will be there. So to differentiate, to separate the movement of the vehicles from the opposite directions, we construct a small barrier or a, okay, small barrier is being provided so that there is no head-on collision of the vehicles coming from the opposite directions, right? If there was no separator, in this case the vehicle is coming in this direction and in this directions, in case sometimes this might happen that it might get accident by head-on collisions, means the head of the both the vehicles are dashing to each other, that is called head-on collisions. So in that case we provide an concrete or some mm, fiber separators or median it is called, okay, for avoid the avoid the head-on collision of the two vehicles coming from the opposite directions. That is called a separator. Okay, this is called a separator. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, the right of way. Okay, the area if it is a area of a land acquired for the road along with its alignment, okay, it should be adequate to accommodate all the cross sectional elements of a highway and may be reasonably provided for future development. What I explained in this previous drawing, right? Width of formation or a roadway. The roadway is also called as, the roadway means the carriageway plus the shoulders on the both the sides. That total width including the carriageway and as well as the shoulders on the both the side is called as roadway or width of formations. Okay, the roadway width is a sum of width of pavement or carriageway including separators and shoulders. Okay, next is carriageway, a portion of a roadway constructed for the movement of vehicular traffic is called carriageway, right? It is called as carriageway. So what is separator? The main objective of this separator is to prevent the head-on collision between two vehicles moving in the opposite directions in the adjacent lanes, means side by side lanes. These separators may be in the in front of pavements markings physically dividers or areas. Right? Next is the shoulders. It is a portion of a roadway between the outer edge of the pavement and the edge of the top of the surface of the embankment, or the edge of the side of the drains. It is nothing but after the end of a carriageway and from between the start of the drainage, the area that has been provided unpaved surfaces is called as shoulders. So these are the few of the terminologies we have today explained today, and remaining will be explained in the next lecture, that is the cross section of the different roads. In that we will be explaining the remaining parts, because you will be able to see the object and you will understand its definition. So we'll be learning it in the next class. Thank you.